Hello and welcome back to our playthrough session of Suburbia. This time it's still the red player's turn. I already thought what we could do. Because of the limited amount of money, it's not so much what we can do. But I think there still is something that can be done. We definitely need to increase our fame again a little bit. So it's only at 1 right now, and as soon as we cross this line, this red line, we will get a decrease on this one. So I thought of getting this also a trailer park tile here. It will cost us $6, so 4 for the tile and 2 for the market slot. I think this is definitely something that we will do. So let's take the tile, pay the full amount of $6 right now. So put it somewhere here. Then we move it close to this park because we need the fame. So one thing that happens instantly is, of course, this 6 additional inhabitants. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right now what happens, this is the first thing that normally happens, I think, according to the rules. So now we cross the lines here. So first thing, we have to decrease everything we have. So put the fame one back and put the income one back to 2. This is definitely something that happens. Then we can see what conditional effects we have, and here it says the park gets us 1 additional fame for each adjacent green tile. We put a new one here, so we get an additional +1 fame, which puts us to the positive side of things, which is definitely good. So let's see what we have. So we get another income of 2. So let's take $2. We definitely need to do something about our money situation here for the red player. And again, we get an additional inhabitant, which is good. So we are now less even with the yellow player, which is good because, as you remember, this is the only thing how you can win the game, by inhabitants. And last thing, of course, we will need to do is move these to side. Now we take the first from the B pile, so they might get a little bit more expensive. The tiles on top of that does not necessarily, they're a bit different and really bring a lot of different tiles. This is really what I like. So there are so many tiles in this game, and it's really so. And especially for a 2-player game, you don't shuffle in any times. I think for 2-player games, as you can see here, we have only 15 tiles. For the 4-player game, it's 21 tiles. So there is really a lot of different tiles for these ones. So there's much to read and much to think about, that each game is really completely different. So really offers a lot of replayability, which I like. So we have this gas station here. Sorry, I forgot the translation. And I think let's get to the yellow player. The yellow player also has to do definitely something about his fame. It's only at 1 right now, so what he will do, I think now would be the right time to place our first little investment marker. And I think I will place it on the park. So we take this investment tile, put it on here, pay the $4 because it's printed on the tile. So let's do that. Take 5, get 1 back. So, and now what really happens is that all the effects will now double. So what will happen now, of course, we will also lose an additional income because this will also be doubled. So, but it's not a problem for the yellow player. Still has an income of 4, which is good. But what will happen, it says for each adjacent green, commercial or blue tile, we get an additional +1 fame. So we have a green one, we have a blue one, and we have a yellow one. So we get an additional 3 of this fame tiles. So we are now also on 4, as you can see here, which is definitely nice. So definitely would worth situation. So we placed our first little investment marker here. Now what you have to do is we have to take away 1 additional tile from the market, because that's the only way how the game more or less comes to an end. That's why after you play this investment tile, you have to pay the market slot for it and more or less discard the tile. Now it's really good time to see how we can interfere with the plans of the red player. And of course we still need to protect our restaurants here. So we will take the restaurant here. We will pay only the market price for that, though it's $2. So let's pay this. Put it in the bank. So this just gets discarded. No one else can play with that. And now we are still doing fine. And of course, let's do the let's see for our income here. So we get a 4 income. So let's take another 5. So let's give it back. And we get an additional 4 inhabitants, which is definitely nice for the yellow player. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is definitely nice. So let's put that here. And of course, let's see how we can restock the market here. So let's see, let's take another B tile here. And we put out a museum. I think this speaks for itself, and this is really nice for some fame later on. So now again, it's the red player's turn. The red player really would like to have this little homeowners association. But he definitely cannot afford it. But what he will do, because the yellow player could afford it, would be to take this tile, pay the $2 for it, because it's on the $2 market slot, and make a lake out of it. So we take this one, make a lake of it, pay for that. Of course, then we really broke. But directly we will get an additional 1, 2, 3 tiles around that, so we get $6 in return, which is good. We can definitely need that for later on. And basically that's it. So there will be no change in the income and the fame for that one. So let's go through the phase again. So we get $2 more for our income. Oops. Where is it? So $2, so which really puts us in a much better position. And we still have a positive fame, so let's increase our little inhabitants marker be top there. We will refill the market. Let's see, take another beta, there's still plenty. So this is a stadium, which is good and really brings us lots of income. So now we had 2 problems basically. One was we would have to relocate. So this is another room, same floor as you can see. And the other one is that the battery really ran out. So that's why I think there might be something that has been lost. So I think last thing I was saying, we have now this stadium, which is definitely expensive but worth it. So it brings a lot of money, income, and also some fame, which is definitely good. So again, the yellow player's turn. So let's see what he can do. So we have $12 here, which is not too bad. So let's see what he can do. Of course, we must not forget our main goals and our secret little goals. So we have one which says we need the player with the least of these commercial buildings gets 10 inhabitants, and the player with most lakes get 20. And as we can see, the red player already has 2 of those lakes, and we only have 1, but still we have our little private goal here, which is the player with the fewest housing tiles. So right now this is even, so I think we're doing good here, but definitely we should not invest any more in additional housing. And we should of course not invest in too many of those commercial icons. Right now there are quite a few on the market. That's why we should maybe considering the butcher here, and I think this is what we're going to do. This will cost us, as you can see, let me focus this a little bit, this will be $5. We have plenty of that. Put that there. And then we take our tile and put it somewhere again where it makes sense. So I think we put it close. No. We put it close to our little park here, because then we get some of our lost fame back, because right now, what you can see, what happens, we lose 2 of our fame here, so 2, but we get +1 for each restaurant. Right now we have only 1 restaurant, so this is definitely good. So our income increases to 5, and then we see what the park is doing. So we get 1 additional per each yellow adjacent tile, and we have an investment mark on it, so we double that, so we get our 2 little fame back, which is definitely good, was worth it. So now the turn is over. Let's see, we get 5 income, so let's do that back, which is good, and we have 4 fame, which is good. So let's have a look there too. So 4, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we crossed a red line. This is of course not so good, but something we have to deal with. That's life is. So again, we have to reduce that income and fame by 1. Then we restock the market once more. So let's see. Oops. Let's see what we can pick here. And this time it's a casino. Oh, this is good. Very, very, very expensive. It really costs a lot of fame, but it brings you, each time you cross this red line, +1 income. So this is definitely something worth considering when you are going for income. So that's the yellow player's turn. Let's see what the red player can do. So for the red player it's easy. He definitely will choose this house at the lake, basically. It costs us only $6. Let's put it in our reserve, pay the price. So which is good. And I think I've already explained this. So this is very, very, very nice. It brings, so it more or less doubles the amount of what you get from lake, and it also does that afterwards. So once the lake is placed. So this is definitely something good. We place it close to our Autobahn here, because the Autobahn also brings us some additional effects. So let's see what we can do. So from the Autobahn we get +1 for each adjacent blue tile, so which is good. So we get 1 additional income directly from the Autobahn, and each lake gives us 2 additional dollars right now. So let's check what's on this lake. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4 adjacent spots for this one, so we get an additional income for $8 alone from this lake. So let's take this 8 one here, put them in the reserve, and we have a second lake here. So 1, 2, 3 this time, so additional $6 from this lake. Put it also in our reserve here, and it really doesn't matter, each tile can be calculated double, so it's not a problem, so that we get $2 from this park from both lakes. So this is definitely not a problem here, and this really solves lots of our monetary issues right now, I think, for at least for the short term. So let's see what our income says. So we still have positive income of 3, so let's take another 5 and give 2 back, which is good. And oops, our fame, and we get another inhabitant, so we are at 18, but still, as you can see, really far away from the yellow player. So let's see, let's restock the market. Take another tile here. Oh, that's another castle. Oh, not another, this is a nice castle, so which is also very nice. It gets you 3 additional inhabitants and +1 fame for each adjacent green tile, which is definitely good and worth having a look. Of course, not good for the yellow player, as his primary goal, as you can remember, is to have the least of these green tiles. So definitely nothing worth for the yellow player, but these are secret normally, so the red player should not know what the yellow player has to do. And now, speaking of the yellow player, it's his turn now. As we still have this common goal for the most lakes, I think the yellow player will now buy a lake, so he takes this coin institution for $0, which is definitely good, and place it somewhere close where he can get some benefit out of there. So put it out there so it doesn't cost him anything, but still it will give him $2 for each adjacent tile. So 1, 2, 3. This is being $6, which is good, can help him in the next round. So nothing else matters. So this double tile does not really help for adjacent parts. It really only solves gives you some benefit for this one. So we have our money. Let's check the income phase. So we get another $4. So let's take another 5 here. Give, oops, 1 back. And we still have a positive amount of 3. So let's move on. 1, 2, 3. So yellow player is really doing good. So I think we need to take care of that. So let's refill the market quickly. Let's see what we can get here from the B pile. It's another gas station. Good thing is, yellow player does not know that the red player can also win when he had the most of these tiles. But of course, if he can, no, he cannot. I think it's very bad for the red player actually because of these concurrent concurrent goals, but yeah, let's see what he can do of that. So let's have a look what red player can do. I think the red player really need to do something about his fame, so he thinks of getting the museum for 10, so 8 for the tile and 2 for the market price. I think this is what we're gonna do. So we take the museum, pay the $10, put them back into the bank. And it says we get directly 1 additional fame and 1 additional fame for each adjacent gray tile. Right now there is none, but this is not really a problem. We can put them in there later on. So we place it here. So one thing that happens right now is we get 1 additional fame directly as an instant effect, and we get some additional money from the lake. It would be normally $2, but as we have this little nice house at the sea here, we get additional $4 from the bank, so this is definitely good. So take 5, give 1 back, and this still keeps us in a pretty good position for monetary wise, so which is definitely good. I think next time we should maybe really think of placing an investment marker. So let's see what we get from the income. So we get $3 for our income, which is good. And this time we get 2 inhabitants, so we are coming closer finally. Still not having crossed the thick red line, which is more or less good at this point in time. Then we need to restock the market. Still plenty of tiles available, and we get them skyscrapers. These are also very nice. They produce much income, but also close to the fine restaurant will decrease in value once another skyscraper is being built. So this is definitely something we have to look out for at this situation. So let's see what the yellow player will do about that. So as the yellow player does not want to buy any additional blue tiles right now and does not want to have an additional green tile because of his goals, he's really considering to buy this very expensive stadium here, which we will do. So this will cost us 18, which is really not a problem for the yellow player. So let's take 2 back. So this will really drastically remove our tiles, but we will put them close to here. So again, what we'll do, we will get directly an income increase of 5. We get +2 fame for each adjacent green tile, so this would be 1, so +2, 5 additional of these fame tile, and we must not forget that we still have this coin institution here that says take $2 for each own gray. So we got a new gray stuff, so we get another $2 from the bank for this gray tile. So this is really the tricky part about Suburbia, really having to look over every little tile that's on the place, especially when playing with more than 2 people. It's really tough. You really have to ask a lot, look a lot what makes sense and so on. Though this is really a tough part, but still making a lot of fun. So restock the market as usual. Okay, we forgot now something, but we are going to do that. Another stadium, nice. Of course, we still get our income, so get 5 back from the bank and 5 additional of these inhabitants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 32 now. We crossed another red line, so we again need to decrease both about 1, but still not really a problem. And now again back to the red player. So the red player will play it easy. He will take the gas station for $7, which is definitely because he more or less skipped the goal of this common goal of the first blue tiles. He takes his own private goal. So we have now the gas station. We put it close to a lake. So for once we get an additional income, 4. And of course we get another $4 for the lake, so $2 for the lake and $2 for the house at the sea. So additional $4 here, which is nice enough. So put that back into the bank. Of course, let's go through the income phase. So we get another $4 for the income phase, so which put us $17, which is not too bad. And we get 2 inhabitants. So we cross also another red line, so we have to reduce that. So well, we really need to do something about that, and put that somewhere closer here. So we are doing really not so nice here. So let's quickly restock the market. Oh, it's a Cineplex, very nice, not too expensive, so it can really be something worth it. And now back to the yellow player. So I think because there is still much to buy, not much to buy for the yellow player, I think he's considering placing a investment marker, another one, or getting one of those basic tiles here. And I think this time we might consider having the red tile, so the park again. I'm still not sure. I have to think about that. Yes, I think this is what he's gonna do. So he pays now this $4 and we'll place it somewhere close to a lake, of course. So one thing that happens instantly is the amount reduces, the income. No, sorry, I wanted to place that here, so it's still close to a lake. So one thing that happened already, we decreased our income. Then we get +1 fame for each adjacent yellow tile, so now 5. And again, we get an additional $2 for this additional gray tile here, so this is definitely also good. And we must not forget to take the $2 from the lake. So we get our money back more or less and get an additional fame counter here, which is good. Of course income decreased, but this is something we can take care of later on. So but still similar to the investment marker, we still have to pay something, and I think this will be something from the 0 range here. Not so sure. I think he will get rid of this casino here. Does not have to pay anything because it's on the 0 spot. So let's refill the market. What do we have here? Oh, that's an inland airport, which could be nice if we would have an additional airport. So not so sure. It could be worth when you had the regional airport, but we don't. So back to the red player then. Nope, not back to the red player. We still have to do something here, so we still get some income, of course. Not sure why I always keep forgetting that for the yellow player. So give 5 back, 2 back in return, and still we have 5. So this is really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think, not sure if really red can handle that, but still we crossed another red line. So we have to reduce it once more. Still doing good, but now back to the red player. So we really have to do something now for the red player, so we buy this castle here for 12, not cheap, but still affordable. So pay this 12 here, oops, okay, it doesn't matter. This brings us directly in a 3 inhabitants, so we would do that right away. 1, 2, 3 on this line, so this is our instant effect. Then we put it somewhere close to a green, so because it gives us +1 per each adjacent green tiles, so we can adjust this one around 2, and yeah, that's basically it. So we get $3 in return. 1, 2, 3, not too bad, but could do better, and at least 2 additional inhabitants, so we more or less keep on, which is good. So let's refill the market once more, see what we can get this time. That's a logistics center, something good, so maybe not using any names here. And yeah, this is definitely good. This brings a lot of money for guys with blue tiles, and there are really, as you can see, many blue tiles. Not so good for the yellow player. Okay, let's see what he can do. Again, the yellow player will buy something relatively expensive. This skyscrapers here, which cost 13. Because of course, as you can see, well, let's focus. 11 for that one and 2 for the market spot. So we have to pay $13, which leaves us only 1 back. So that's not too bad. We put it somewhere close to a lake, so we get some money back. So, but first thing, what happens? We get 3 additional income. 1, 2, 3, which is good. And we get, of course, $2 for this adjacent blue tile, which is good. Let's see. So puts us $3 here. And of course we still have our park here, which brings us another additional fame here. So put that also to 5. So he's doing really good. Let's restuff this one. Take another B tile here. That's some bureaucracy department, or some governmental stuff. Oof, that's tough. Gets -2, but +1 income per each of these grey tiles. Could be really worth for the yellow player. Let's not forget the incomes. We will get $5 back in our purse. Okay, 8 and 5 additional inhabitants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another red line has been crossed, so let's correct that as well. And I think that's it. Let's give it back to the red player. Red will play it safe. He will get another lake. Costs him $0. And put it here because there is still this goal with the most lakes, and yellow came close. So it says again, take $2 per each adjacent slot. Good thing is he gets 4, so it's 4, 8, $12 for this lake, which is really a lot. Let's take the first golden one here. Puts him really also again in the very good position. There will be no change in his income, but of course he gets some money. So $3 from the bank. Oh, really, the bank is getting low on money. to do something about that pretty soon. And he gets 2 additional inhabitants. 1, 2. This time he crosses the red line. So this will be decreased right now. He's still doing good. So apart from this guy, he really gets a lot of money from the lakes, which is really worth it. So let's see, restock the market again. It's now B, a postal office. Well, that's nice for, definitely for the red player, but of course relatively expensive. So let's see what we can do. Yellow will also play it safe and take a lake here, because also it does not want to give this lake to the red player. He will place it somewhere, I think here, far away, so definitely costs him nothing, but it will get him $4. So let's take a 5-1 here, give 1 back. That's it basically. Just adjust the income, so we get another $4 for his income, also good, and another 4 inhabitants. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Still not crossed the red line, which is good. Of course, restock the market once more. Take 3 tile. Oh, that's a elementary school. Nice. And yeah, give it back to the red player. Okay, so the red player, I think this time, this time he definitely plays his investment marker, so gets his 2, pays $12. Oops. Because it costs him $12, which is good. And this directly gives him 3 additional inhabitants. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. And of course it will increase the amount of fame here, because there's another adjacent green tile here, and this will bring him another fame. So adjust that here. I think that's all. He does not get anything additional, no, because this one has not been played. Okay, that's not a problem, so let's adjust the money. So not adjust, let's do the income. $2 back, and 2 additional inhabitants, also close to a red line. He did not play a tile, so he must get rid of 1, and he's really considering, I think he is really considering to put this away, discard it, does not cost him anything. He does not want to give it to the yellow player. And now let's restock it. That's the last thing. Another elementary school. Okay, this is a bit boring, but this is how it happens. Sometimes we need a school in a city. And yeah, that's it for now. So the B pile is empty. Now it would be the turn of the yellow player again, but I think as the pile is empty, we will end up our session here again, and hope to see you soon when we come to the final phase and are going for the C tiles. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.